9 a.m. I'd like to welcome everybody to the work session for the Limestone County Commission and call it to order, whatever. Ellen, do we have any public comment?
Yes. Jennifer Moore.
Jennifer, if you don't mind, step right up here to this microphone where they can hear you. And you doing okay this morning?
I am blessed. Thank you so much. I know I have 3 minutes, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and just set the timer, that way I don't go over, and I want to make sure I honor y'all's time. I am going to pass you guys around one of my partner's cards here. And I would just like to just pass those along. I'd just like to introduce myself and tell you guys who I am and what I'm doing here in your community. My name is Jennifer Moore, and I'm with a ministry group called Soul Savage Ministries. We have a advocacy and consulting service. We work on foundational development for recovery homes, and we also do a lot of placement coordination for people in different areas. And so in 2019, I founded a long-term program called Soul Savages, but I'm actually a Teen Challenge graduate, and I was court-ordered out of Hamilton County in 2010. A kind judge gave me an opportunity at a new life, and I took it, and it was a blessing for me. So it's my heart to see that happen for others. I've worked in Yawls County. I was introduced to a lady named Lori here about 4 years ago and started coming to rallies. We started doing placement coordination at a pretty high rate, and I started developing public relationships with people here in the community, with churches, different business owners. I also do outreach, and so I set up on storefronts, and those blue tickets that you see, I pass out thousands of those in y'all's community every month. We have placed about 8 people this month, and probably hundreds over the last 4 years through our connections here. My heart is to see you guys have a brick and mortar facility here. And I've been praying over it. God gave me vision for this community about 2 years ago. And, I've just kind of been waiting for God to open the doors of opportunity. Well, about a month ago, I was at the Fresh Value on the storefront, and I met this kind gentleman over here, Mr. Chris, and he started sowing into our ministry, and he shared his passion to help people like that as well. We coordinated the detox for a friend of his, and he proceeded to tell me he was working on a property. And so I have presented to you guys a project that we're going to start working on, and we're already embarking on it, and I would really just like to ask for some help with this. This property is $275,000, and we can get in that within about a month. My goal here is to try to unify the community and get everybody on one accord and see how we can work together. The vision God's given me, you all, it's so huge. There's no way one person can do it all together. Now, we can all compete over who needs to get these funds and where they need to go, but in all actuality, it's going to take an army. I've been recently contracted with Athens, Tennessee, by their committee to do consulting on foundational development, and I want you guys to know that as much or as little as that you need from me or want from me, I'm here, and our services are available. I have worked on about 8 foundational development projects, and we've been rather successful. Mr. Daly, I put a copy for you in your file of our finances. And I did that so that you can look at what it looks like to found something in the first 3 years, what that financially looks like. We got up to a bed count of 42 males and 23 staff, and that's indicative of what that looks like. The budget plan on the back, I don't expect that amount. Anything I could get is a blessing. And guys, thank you for your time today. My 3 minutes is up.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
McLeay?
Mr. McAfee, come to the microphone, please, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Good. How are y'all?
Doing good.
So my name is Corey McEllier. We live at 20224 Sharp Road. Sharp Road, I don't know if any of you's driven down Sharp Road any time lately, but this last ice storm this past winter has completely almost destroyed the road. We're looking at basically just dirt on the road when we go down Sharp Road. I've had several conversations with Mr. Samet. Kept telling me that we're going to get that way. The last conversation we had was back in May of this year. They were finishing Old Schoolhouse Road, and I was told that they didn't see any reason in the world that they couldn't make it to Sharp Road by the end of the month. That was back in May, and we still haven't had anything. All they've done is shut down the road. You can't pass through Sharp Road anymore because where the culvert is blocked off. Put some equipment there. That's been a few weeks ago. And it's not only just the road itself, but now, because it is closed off, just down the road from our house It's actually becoming I call it a county dump. People think that they can back their trucks up, dump the junk off, and then leave. So it's just becoming an eyesore, and people are just dumping whatever they want to there. Just looking to get some resolution to see a true answer of when we may get something done about Sharp Road.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Corey.
No further comments?
No further comments. Well, I want to thank everybody for the public comment and coming in today. Today on the agenda, we will have the minutes from July the 15th of 2024. If anybody got any discussion with the minutes? All right, no discussion with the minutes. We got claims in the amount of $5,958,383.09. Anybody got a discussion with any claim? All right, no discussion with any claim. Do we have any conflicts of interest with anything coming from the commission today?
No, sir.
Everybody's silence. I'll take that as a no. At this time, we're having a public hearing regarding the solid waste management. Is there anybody here that wants to speak on the solid waste management plan? And I'll let Drew and the attorney alleviate this. But what it is, this is kind of we have to do this every 10 years to be compliant. So us and the city has to do jointly together. But Drew, if you want to alleviate on this, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, that's correct. Alabama Code 222747 requires every 10 years that we do a plan, that we submit it to ADEM. And it's generally just the plan for the county, what we're going to do, and the city with our solid waste. And the major change this year for the county is, since we started our own solid waste collection unit, that's included in there, and that will be submitted to ADEM. But at this time, it's appropriate if any members of the community want to comment on this. It would be appropriate to come up and do that now.
Do any of the commissioners have anything to discuss with the solid waste plan?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully this is a quick question. Where is this posted on the county webpage?
I'm not sure if it is or where it is on the county webpage. It was published pursuant to the requirements of Alabama law in a local newspaper, I believe. We have the appropriate documentation on that.
And I know the copies of it have been posted in the county offices, and plus it's a copy laying at the commission office, because I've had 2 or 3 people come by and pick up a plan copy.
We had copies
And the city had to do the same. The city actually done theirs previous to us, I think, right? Or
previous or concurrent with?
currently, yeah, they're running, the city's doing the same thing. It's because we're both the solid waste management authority. Us and the city, we're 50-50 in this deal, so.
I guess the big question then, if it's not posted on the webpage, is it asking too much to put it on the county webpage?
No, I don't think it would be an issue with that, would it, Drew?
No, sir. We could have that arranged.
Yeah. And I mean, it's still got to go through, wouldn't be voted on until we vote jointly, right?
Well, so the plan, after the hearing, and after the commission considers it, at some point, probably prior to October, y'all would put it on the agenda to vote. Until then.
Would you not also have it posted for comment? Even if it's not yet approved, we need to have some place to go find it, and, a lot of us don't always make the same rounds as everybody.
So it is available. I mean, you can literally go to the commission office and pick up a full copy of this. Whether the full version is posted on the website, I'm not aware of that. I mean, we can work on that, Mr. Chairman, if that's the will of the commission to get it posted. But as of this time, I don't think it is. I think you're right about that, Otis.
I don't have a problem with if we can put on there that it's available to come by and pick up a copy or whatever. I mean, that would be.
Sure. I mean, and those additional things would be more for convenience, and it would be my assertion that we have fulfilled all the requirements of the statute on this. And generally, when these things are done, that's what we do. We go down the statute, say, okay, what do we need to do here, and we fill those requirements. So.
But I don't have an issue if we want to put it on the website. That's fine with that. So, yeah. Any other comment in the public? All right. And then Otis, you're more than welcome to pick up a copy of it before we leave. We have extra copies of it, I'm sure, don't we, Drew? We have extra copy with us. Yes. Just pick up a copy before you leave if you want to, Otis. All right. Any more comments? If not, I will say we'll move on to the next section of the commission meeting, of a work session. All right. Moving on, resolutions and orders. First on here will be to approve a resolution to change the commission meeting and the work session meeting from 9 a.m. on Monday, the August the 19th, to Friday, August the 16th at 9 a.m. Times and all will be the same. It will just be changed from Friday to Monday. From Monday to Friday, because of conflict with ACCA meetings. So, anybody got any discussion with that? All right, hearing none, and that will be publicized and put up that we have done that to change the meeting. So, all right, number 2 will be to approve a resolution to award general contract and to expand ARPA funding to build out the new health care unit at the county jail. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right. Contracts, agreements, and grants and MOUs. Number 1 will be to approve a court referral officer contract between the administrative director of courts and the Limestone County Commission for the Limestone County Community Corrections Program. This period will go from October the 21st through September the 30th of 2025. This is something we do every year. It's just we're just going ahead and get it out of the way. Anybody got any discussion with that? All right. Next thing will be to approve to increase the match for vans for council and agent, and it'd be from the previous amount grant as ALDOT grant on June the 6th of 2023. It'd be it was approved that the county's match would be $35,686, but due to manufacturing cost increase, ours went to $38,989. And this is the 80-20 match. The total amount of the grant is $194,926, and our 20% match is $38,986. And what we'll do is we'll get these new vans in and we'll replace them. I know we had to keep them so long on this grant program, but anytime you can get $194,000 worth of equipment for $38,000, that's a pretty good win for the county. So, anybody got any discussion with that? And what we'll do is we'll sell the other ones and roll it back in. So. No discussion with that. We'll move on. Number 3 be to approve to apply for a Burn JAG grant through ADECA, and this is for 2 narcotic scanners and a virtual reality de-escalation module. And the total amount of the grant is $143,095, and there will be no match on this grant. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, number 4 will be to approve the chairman to execute a contract from Jim Cooper Construction Company pending county attorney approval, and I'll kind of give y'all the update on this. This is the contract to finish out the county jail, the portion back there, and we're using the ARPA funding. That's what the other portion was for. And this is starting the process of that. Jim Cooper won the contract. And it's got to, of course, Drew has to go through and finish up some final details, but it will start. And I know Brian Moore and Mr. Nelson's here with us today. They'll be representing us through Martin and Kobe with this project. And PH&J has the contract, and then Jim Cooper is the construction company. I don't know if anybody here from Jim Cooper or not, are they? But anyways, so that will be, this will be started within the next few months and get started. And I know we have talked about it, but maybe by this time next year, this project will be completed. So anybody got any discussion with that or any questions? I know this has been a long time going and a much needed thing we need. So the building is already there. It's just retrofitting and finishing out the building that's there.
So what kind of time frame?
Correct me if I'm wrong, from the time everything's lit and everything done, 285 days, is that right? 280. I knew it was 280 something. So we're looking at probably 60 days and 90 days on top of that. So just give it less than a year, less than 12 months.
280 days to finish out what's already started at the jail, is that? Why? What's so complicated about that?
Lead times for materials and getting everything in the jail, carrying things through doors.
And a lot of it is ordering stuff, waiting on stuff. The building is just the whole of the building's all that's there, and they have to put all the equipment in it and retrofinish it, all the stuff like that. So it'll take, lead time. The biggest time is going to be lead time on getting material, I'm sure. A lot of it will be that.
Just fixtures, because that's all we like, beds, fixtures.
Detention equipment, mechanical equipment.
And then plus they're going to put in camera systems and communication and water, plumbing, things like that. you know, and hopefully they can get ahead of that, but that is the contract lead time from the time they get started is 280 days, so. All righty, any more discussion, any more questions? All right, well, if hearing none, we'll move on to budget revisions. We have one budget revision, and this is for District 2. Anybody got a discussion with this budget revision? All right, no emergency purchases today. Board appointments, we have one board appointment here, and this will be to reappoint Terry Richardson to the Alabama Mountain Lakes Tourism Association Board of Directors. The new term will be from October the 1st to 24 through September the 30th to 26. This is a 2-year term, and I think this is Terry's second. She's got appointed last time, and this is her reappointment. And it's 2 year, and this is nothing. This is just Alabama Mountain Lakes, and she does an awesome job on that. So anybody got a discussion with Terry on that board? All righty. Approved bids and quotes. We have one bid for printer stationery, and this is for envelopes. Does anybody got any discussion with that? No discussion with that. We'll move on. Personnel action. We have several today, and if it's okay with y'all, before we ever started into this, I've kind of grouped it up to start it out to take it up in several motions. The 1 through 3 are all the same. The corrections officer hires August the 5th of 24 will be the starting date pending a drug screening, and that'll be for Peyton Rogers, Stephen Bates, and Austin Castile. Anybody got a discussion or have an issue with taking all three of those names up in one motion?
It's fine.
All right, so all three of those will be in one motion, and those three will be corrections officers. Next will be 4 through 7, which are school resource officers, part-timers, retirees coming back. And that'll be to approve to hire Robert Willis, Steve Crowley, Adair Gilbert, and Jim Cook. And this right here will be part-time, and this will be as effective August. This was actually will be kind of retroactive. They started this last Friday at the schools, and this will be the second day of school. We'll welcome all of our kids back and hope everybody has a fun year, but so this will be retroactive back to that date. Anybody got any discussion with that? And all 4 of those will be taken up in one motion with no issue. All right. Anybody got any discussion? All right. Moving on, number 8 will be to transfer Hayden Pierce from a deputy sheriff to a deputy assigned to investigation. This will be effective August the 5th. Anybody got any discussion with that? All right. Number 9 will be to approve to transfer Mike Clem from animal control officer to lead animal control officer, and this will be effective the 5th. And what happened was it was an APO certified deputy there, so the sheriff needed an opening, so me and him got together, and he's promoting him up to be over the animal control for time until we get everything situated, and then we'll that way his opens up a spot to hire somebody under him. So anybody got a discussion? I know Mike does a good job, and everybody.
Great job,
so
yeah.
Mike will be moving into the spot, and that way we're going through this, and I'll explain here in a minute on the staffing plan. So anybody got a discussion with Mike taking over that?
Yep.
All right, number 10, and it'll be as a correction on this one. It was the 19th instead of the 9th. It'll be to approve to transfer Katina Martin. This is from the tag and title clerk to the probate clerk, and this will be effective the 19th. Anybody got a discussion with her? Number 11 will be to approve to change the job title of the council and agent program coordinator to a activities program coordinator, and this would be the same to have some reflection on the staffing plan. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, no discussion with that. Will be number 12 will be to approve to amend the staffing plan to have the following changes on animal control, and this is what I was explaining about Mike. We're removing the number 17 job description of the sheriff corporal, and we're adding one animal control officer, that's a 16, and we're removing the deputy sheriff A post 16 and adding one animal control officer certification or A post, and that's 16. That's the portion there we're adding. So anybody got a discussion with that? All right, no discussion. I know that's a mouthful. We'll go on to 13. Approved to the following job descriptions, and this will be the lead animal control officer certified, and that's in parentheses just in case, and then an animal control officer. Anybody got a discussion with that? All right, number 14 will be to approve to amend the staffing plan to update the EMA officer pay grade under the emergency management department. Anybody got a discussion with that? And number 15, this is the law that allows for the SRO officers. And as y'all know, last year during the session, the House and the Senate passed this to, according to the Alabama Act 2023-334, approved the retired school resource officers to make up to $52,000 a year, or which is approximately $35 per hour. And to the board is the response, and the Limestone County School Board reached out to us about this. Me and the sheriff had conversations with them. The school board pays 60% of this, and the county commission pays 40%, and the school board approved their increase July the 30th in their last meeting. So anybody got any discussion with that? All right, no more discussion. Anybody got any more discussion with anything to do with the employee action today? All right, merit increases, we have several.
Chairman,
Yes.
may I interrupt? Just before we get too far, on the budget revision, it should have been a plus sign in front of the 16,500 under the construction equipment instead of a negative. Just wanted to make sure that was reflected.
Oh, yeah, a positive and a negative number don't equal 56,000, does it?
That's right.
We would have been down to 33,500 if we went the other way, see? Yep. All right, moving on. That was the only thing I was real good at in school was math. That was the only thing. So there we go. Merit increase. Anybody got any discussion with anybody on the merit increase? Hearing none, we'll move on. Engineers report, Mr. Massey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have one subdivision correction that we need to present to you guys. This is for Madison Preserve Phase 2. It's a major for preliminary approval, creating 120 lots in District 3. This was originally presented because of a typo from our department. We had 3 lots. We carried it over from a previous report. And so we caught that when the next phase got submitted to us, that was an error we made. So we needed to get that corrected in the meeting. And then we have 3 new subdivisions for your consideration today. Johnson and Moss subdivision. This is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 3. Tracy A. Butler subdivision. This is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 2. And then Happy Meadow. This is a replat of an existing lot. This is a minor for preliminary and final, affecting 2 lots in District 2. So, and then, do you have any questions about the subdivisions or the error that was made? If not, then we are currently in District 1. We're finishing up Shoulders with a paving crew. And then we will be moving to District 3 to start leveling middle to end of this week, just depending on how quick we're able to get the shoulders done in District 1. So we've got a few roads there left, and then we move to District 4, where we've got a couple of roads, and then we'll have our list completed. Then we're going to begin working on a lot of that ice damage and things that are still kind of hanging out there. So we'll be. I know District 1 and District 4 were the primary recipients of that, so we'll be bouncing back and forth there a lot to try to take care of those items.
All right.
All right, anybody got anything else for Mark? Any discussion with anything he's presented?
Spray truck. What's the word?
Spray truck, we have received it. I think we're waiting on our mixed design. We're trying not to have to order any more chemical than we have to, because we've got some chemical from a previous mixed design. They were going to try to incorporate that mixed design, and then once we got that new mixed design, we're going to be out there.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Anybody got anything else for Mark? All right, other business. Anybody got any other business today? Other business, I want to thank, I see the city attorney's in here with us, Mr. Shane Black. Welcome here with us today. So welcome the city attorney in with us today. Anybody else got any more other business or discussion? The executive session, we have none, so that means we will recess for 15 minutes and be back here. We'll call it, where's my little sheet at? I lost my little sheet. No, we'll go 9:40. We're back at 9:40.